Go ahead. Third take.
Third take?
Third take. This better be the best take.
All right.
Go ahead.
Welcome back to the North Court Podcast, guys. I will be your host for today. My name is Sujil. I got with me on my right-hand side
Raheel.
Usama. And I'm Anas.
Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the last few episodes and continue to join us every single week. So today we're going to be touching on social media addiction. What age we started using it, what platforms do we use, do we see any benefit in using it, and should kids be using it?
All right, so let's get started. Let's go around. What platforms are you guys using?
All right, just quickly. Sujil, what are you using?
I'm on basically all social media platforms. Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
Pinterest.
Not Pinterest so much, but here and there for some ideas maybe. I don't know.
True.
I
think Anas is on the most because he's on like some Korean Korean social media.
I know, right?
He's on like WeChat or something.
First of all, that wasn't even Korean.
Second of all, what Korean social media are you on?
Nah, it's not a social media. It's just like a WhatsApp version.
Social
for
media,
Koreans.
Social media, exactly.
WhatsApp's social media.
It's called Kakao Talk. If you know what it is, holla at your boy.
Shout out everyone who uses Kakao Talk.
Yeah. What about you, Raheel? What are you using?
I like now. This is a hard question because I recently quit almost everything. I mean I've had all the social medias. I quit Facebook first, Instagram, and recently Twitter. Now I just have WhatsApp.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is mainly just a communication device for you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. What about you, Sama?
So I have Instagram, Twitter, but I don't post on any of them. It's just like
It's a ghost account.
yeah, like
Burner.
no, it's not a burner, but like
Exposed.
but yeah, it's mostly for like group chats and stuff like that.
Oh, okay.
Just to laugh.
Hello.
Yeah, don't expose his social.
Don't expose
bro.
that, bro.
Don't expose his social. That's almost as bad as exposing his gubby. Yo,
We're gonna
We're gonna have to cut this off. We're gonna have to cut this off.
So you just heard a
Yeah.
big bleep.
We're cutting that. We're cutting that.
Okay.
You
Let's
don't
cut
have
it.
to.
Nah, we're cutting it.
It's okay. He changes his WhatsApp name to it sometimes.
Yeah. So I mean, I guess I'm on one of the far ends compared to you guys, right? In terms of social media, because I think it's one of the worst things
Yeah,
out there. I think it's the biggest time waster,
for sure.
and
It is.
and I don't know how people can use it as a utility unless you like own a business and you're using it for marketing.
Is that why you were giving business ideas today? Trying to get back on social media somehow?
That's different. That's different.
So that's why you got off all the medias and especially Twitter recently, because I
Yeah.
feel like Twitter was one of the last things you were using to stay connected.
I thought it was the most useful one too, right?
Yeah.
That's why I even made an account.
Yeah.
I had it since like 2015. I didn't really use it. I started using it recently, like this year, just to get like I was thinking, oh, I'm getting news. I'm being educated. I'm following the people I want to see. I'm curating my timeline. It wasn't the case.
Endless.
Yeah,
It was
in fact,
endless.
Like you're the one that got. You guys probably had it before, but you're the one that got me on it.
Yeah, because I was like,
Saying,
yo, it's
oh,
amazing. You
it's
should
amazing
get
and
Twitter.
And now he's
like,
off of it.
Yeah,
And
now
now-
like seeing you leave, I'm thinking about it too now if I should leave, but like
Right. You see, the way I was using it was I'm educating myself on different topics. I'm reading the news. I'm being up to date, with the culture, whatever. No, it doesn't matter to me. I don't care. I don't care
Really?
like that.
You don't want to be connected?
What do you mean? What does that mean,
Like,
though? What does that
Hot
mean?
topics.
I don't feel
not necessarily hot topics, but you see how like our parents listen
Yeah.
to the news, right?
Right.
And I feel like that's their version of social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think news is a time waster too.
for sure, 100%. News is a huge time
Right.
waster. Like you can just listen to the headlines
Yeah.
and keep it moving.
That's more than enough.
Yeah,
How much news really applies to you anyway?
not much.
Not
Most of the
much.
stuff is
Your day to day.
Yeah,
Nothing.
You're good.
basically.
yeah. You'll have the
Yeah.
you'll have the
Except for the COVID updates. But
yeah.
Okay, those are important. I
Yeah.
still look out for those.
No, yeah. Other than that, right? Nothing else.
What was I saying? You were you don't get those news updates anymore. So how do you keep up to date with the news if you don't have Twitter?
I don't need that. I don't need the news. It doesn't affect my day to day.
You don't feel like you're missing out?
I don't.
Like you're not a part of society anymore?
No, it doesn't feel like that at all because what I want out of society is different from what other people want and what I feel that
I mean,
need
if something The other thing is like if something big really happens, you'll find out regardless of like not
Exactly.
being on Twitter or like not being on any of these.
Well, I mean,
Exactly.
he's gonna find out through WhatsApp, which is another social media, nonetheless.
I don't think maybe through you guys because we have a WhatsApp group chat
Yeah, exactly.
for the podcast, right? So I might find out through you guys, and I think that's enough. I don't need you guys are my news outlet. Basically,
What if we didn't we didn't share any news with you? You wouldn't feel disconnected with society.
no.
You know, that's the main reason I don't want to leave Twitter, and that's like the last social media that's like pulling me in. It's
Yeah,
because
I can delete everything
Yeah.
but Twitter,
Yeah.
honestly.
because I
Yeah.
get my sports news from there. I'm a huge fan
Right.
of sports. Like you know, I
Right.
want my Raptors updates. I want
Definitely.
my Blue Jays updates.
Blue Jays.
Yeah.
But that's
And-
how they got you hooked, right?
Yeah, but
They
that's
say connect.
yeah.
Let's connect.
Yeah.
Are you really connecting though on Twitter?
I mean,
To an extent, yeah.
yeah. I send memes to people.
Is that a connection?
What do you mean? If you send memes to someone, your friendship level is on a different level compared to the regular people.
Yeah,
That's
it's on a
facts.
different level.
Yeah.
It's a lower level.
No,
No,
it's
no,
a lower
I mean,
level.
you used to send Osama memes, like, you know,
Okay, yeah. but-
live pictures and shit.
I think if you share memes with someone, you that's a different level of
You
friendship.
got a good relationship.
Yeah.
That means.
That's
You're
like-
comfortable.
Yeah, you comfortable with that person.
I still think there's too many like negatives to outweigh all the positives you get from Twitter or like any social media,
Okay.
right? I think there's too much. First of all, there's too much time wasting, right? That's the number one.
Looks
issue
like
for
you need a timer on your Twitter too.
It doesn't, bro. Even if you have a timer, I don't think the human mind is like strong enough to like force yourself away from it, right? Until
Yeah,
you
you
practice.
can open it up on your laptop.
I get what you're
Whoa,
saying,
whoa,
man.
Anas,
You
are you
have-
saying that's what you've been doing?
you have the urge,
Damn.
like, you know, being on these are like on these social medias, you think about it like during your day. Oh, let me go check, and then when you go check, you end up spending a lot more time than you're supposed to on it.
It's
So, like,
easy
just-
to, right?
Yeah, like you know, when I'm not that active on Twitter anymore, but when I was, it was like I would be looking at it at least like every like 40 minutes. I'll go check the group, like, oh, what's going on. So
And then you get
the-
lost in the explore page
Yeah,
and
yeah,
what's
so, like,
trending.
So like
I don't really
we,
explore
um,
those.
You don't?
Just go my feed, the group.
How many
that's it.
people? Hold on. How many people do you follow on Twitter?
100 something?
100 something.
Yeah.
Okay. How about you?
I think I follow like 500.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah, it's mainly sports updates and
Right.
news updates. Like I really like keeping up to date with sports.
The thing that I get from that is there an information overload? Are you getting sensory overload because of that?
Yeah, definitely, I agree. There's
Yeah.
so many different news that you can get, so many
Exactly.
things that you can get because character limit is 280.
Right.
It used to be 140,
Yeah.
so now it's like double
Hated
the news.
those days.
Yeah,
It's double the information.
double the
you can get.
information with the same amount of time though. It's crazy.
Right.
It's like they probably studied this for months, years, right? Trying to figure out if we double the character
Mm.
limit, can we get people more hooked?
Right.
And they were able to. Like
Yeah.
you have longer tweets now.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you have longer tweets now, and now they have like voice notes and images and videos, fleets.
God
Yeah,
damn.
It's endless. Like
yeah. These updates will keep coming to keep
Right.
you addicted.
you'll
right?
never be able to read every tweet. You'll never be able to watch every video on YouTube. You'll never be able to like understand your 500 friends on Facebook.
Yeah, but
You'll-
that's what keeps you going.
Yeah, because it's endless.
Yeah,
right?
and the thing is that all these social medias nowadays, they have this infinite scroll, right? We were
Right.
talking about it, and recently with the TikTok craze, it's
Yeah.
like one video is done, max of video is like 20-30 seconds. The
Right.
next video starts.
It goes on itself.
yeah.
It goes to the next video
Does it
itself.
actually? You don't have
Yeah.
to flick
No,
anymore.
No,
it doesn't even
goes to the,
Really?
yeah,
Once the video's done, it just, you keep going.
yeah. It doesn't
Oh
even
my
let you
goodness.
not go to the next video.
Like, you got control. Okay, all right, now time's up.
Like I got to use my finger to
Yeah.
flip up. If I don't do it, it won't do it.
Yeah, just dash my phone,
I
Yeah.
thought it was a loop. I thought TikToks were a loop. No.
To be honest, maybe there's a setting for that, like you
Yeah.
know, auto playback or whatever.
Oh right,
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Like
yeah.
auto scroll and
Yeah.
whatever.
So
That's dangerous.
it is.
That
And the-
sounds hella dangerous.
I guess that's how people spend so much time on it.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
and you guys remember, some of us have watched the documentary, The Social Dilemma.
Oh,
Yeah,
we all
right.
have, I think.
Yeah.
Osama, you have as well, or no?
Watched
you
half
post
of it.
Yeah, I think I watched some, not all of it, but
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So just the gist of the movie, right? It talks about how these social medias keep you addicted, right? The thing that got me was that there is this AI behind the screen, right?
Yeah.
Which is, the code that they wrote. And the AI is able to figure out what you want through your scrolling habits, which is insane. Think about it.
Right.
With-
It's a virtual you,
yeah,
basically.
Yeah, the way you're flicking your finger, how long you hold on one video and how long you don't hold on another video, the AI knows that this category, okay, he doesn't like it.
Right.
So the next one, I'm going to show him the category he does like.
Right.
And then obviously you have your likes, your preferences, and it shows you what you
That's
want to see.
dangerous, man.
Yeah.
That's where the time wasted comes in, like,
Yeah.
because it keeps showing you what you want, and then it's hard to get away from it.
And
Like,
they're not just data scientists anymore. They're not just computer programmers.
Yeah.
They're psychologists.
Psychologists.
Or like researchers in the human brain, right? Basically.
They know how to get you.
Yeah, that's what they're studying now.
Yeah.
They don't like computer programs. The easy part. That's
Exactly.
the easy part. The psychology.
They got that over with.
The psychology baked into the AI is completely different now.
So I was reading this article is like
Yeah.
how social media affects the brain,
Yeah.
right? And the way that they were talking about it was that when we talk about ourselves to other people, right, which is 30 to 40% of the time regularly,
Right.
there's dopamine that releases in our brain, which
Yeah.
which gets us going. Okay.
Okay.
And so social media, we talk about ourselves 70 to 80% of the time
On social media.
on social media, and
because of social media throughout the day.
yeah.
Okay.
And
Okay.
no, like on social media, like Instagram, Facebook,
Right.
it's all about you, right? At the end of the day.
Yeah.
And so those dopamines are like they're firing like crazy.
All-time high.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
your brain just getting like this crazy high
Uh-huh.
from looking at social media because you're talking about yourself. Like on Twitter, you tweet, people interact with your tweet, and you're like, oh, these people agree with me. I must be saying something important. Dopamine firing, right? Instagram, you get 100 likes on your picture. You're like, oh man, I hope I get 105. I hope I get more than the next time
Right.
or the last time. Sorry. Dopamine firing,
Yeah.
everywhere, right? Facebook, same thing. People tag you in pictures. People,
Liking your posts.
yeah, and then you're like, why didn't he tag me in a meme?
Yeah.
And then it gets worse, right? When the dopamine doesn't fire, and then that's
Right.
when like the depression kicks in.
Yeah.
Right.
But I feel like it's so easy to get popular on social media now because just because of the
There's a
vast
standard,
amount.
right? Like, it's like, you just got to do this.
Yeah, and there's like a vast amount of people. Like somebody's gonna find your stuff entertaining or interesting.
Someone can blow it up, right?
exactly.
You see a lot of things that you're like, wow, why is this person even famous?
Yeah,
Or like, how did they gain this fame?
they found a little niche, or like, and like some people like they target like children, right?
Mm-hmm.
Another aspect of social media is targeting like the youth whose brains aren't developed, who don't really know
I'd
what
say-
they like, don't like.
I'd say TikTok especially.
TikTok,
nowadays.
yeah, it's famous for it, isn't
Yeah,
it?
exactly.
Isn't it?
All these little kids are on it. Like,
Yeah, and then people sort of make their content not what they want, but like what they think the
what's
you know?
likable or like
what
the
these-
kid would want.
what the vulnerable people would want, you know?
Exactly.
You know what it is though. The way to get, as far as I've noticed, as like someone who knows how to code or like knows about computing,
Right.
what I've noticed about the algorithm, they call it, right? The way
Yeah.
to get famous is that if you make something controversial,
Uh-huh.
if you're good looking,
Right.
or if it's extremely funny. Those are the three ways to get popular on social media within the snap of a finger. And the reason
Yeah.
why is because if it's controversial, even if it's something that's super controversial and nobody agrees with it, people are gonna share
Right.
and be like,
And
I
you're
don't
like,
agree with
I
this
don't
person.
agree with this person. Look what he's saying, and they're gonna comment. And even if they just because they're commenting more, you're getting more views. You're
You're going
getting
viral.
recommended by the algorithm.
Yeah,
If you're attractive, people want to see that, so they're gonna
Right.
share it with their friends.
exactly.
And
All
if you're
those dirty group chats.
yeah,
We know everyone's in one.
yeah, and
Except
if
for
you're
us.
Definitely not me.
yeah, and if you're funny, that's self-explanatory. People want to
Exactly.
share humor. So those are the three ways the algorithm works.
Yeah.
And so you post a video, you're like, all right, I hope I'm one of those in the algorithm. And if you're not, the depression kicks in, man. It hurts. It's like
Yeah.
the worst form of not having any self-worth. You're like, oh, this guy, maybe I'm not good looking enough. Maybe I'm
Right.
not funny enough.
Because
Why don't
it's
people
that-
like me?
It's that thing. Like once you create something, like that's what humans do, right? We think of an idea, we implement it, and then we share it with other people.
In hope of them also appreciating it or
Yeah, or giving you
acknowledging
something in return.
yeah,
And that return has been
likes.
simulated as likes, shares,
Shares.
comments, instant gratification. Like, hey, look at this. There's no delay anymore, right?
Exactly.
A lot of people's brains are wired to get it right away, right
You
away.
post that picture on Instagram, you want those likes right away.
Exactly. If it doesn't get this many in the first hour, I'm deleting it.
Yeah.
I'm deleting it.
Social media has made things very easy for people to fake.
Oh, of course. That makes a lot of
Like,
sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's due to like the amount of likes they're getting or whatever. Like, they see a trend blow up, or they see something that someone else is doing blow up, and then even if they're not like true to that, they would just do it just for, oh, this guy got this many likes, or so that
To gain the same fame.
yeah, like, and that's where it's dangerous, man. It's like, it's honestly scary because it's fake.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
you're
looking to
not-
please other people at this point, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I would say I'm definitely guilty. Like, the reason why I got off of these social medias is because I felt
Right.
like I was falling into that trap.
Yeah, but now you're Twitter famous,
I
so you're locked in, bro. You're,
don't know.
you're
about
part
that.
of the game.
I've been on Twitter for like 9 years, and I only
Yeah.
have 200 followers, so I don't really care about no clout, nothing like that. But
Right.
but when I was, when Snapchat first came out, I was on
Uh-huh.
Snapchat, right? And I was like Snapchatting everywhere I went. I was like,
Right.
okay, yo,
Getting those points.
yeah, getting those Snapchat score up. I had like 13K Snap score, and I was like,
Why do I need a score on
Yeah.
social media?
Yeah.
What is it like a social
What are
like
you
a
gaining
social
out of it?
status? Like,
I don't know,
It's
but
a
then
competition.
yeah. Maybe.
so what did it do for you? Like, is that why you were snapping so much?
No, I was snapping because like I wanted people to see that my life was interesting or more interesting than theirs. You know
would do
what I
that.
mean?
I've done that.
Yeah.
I've done that.
Yeah, and you're like, okay, yo, I'm gonna show people that I'm interesting and I'm
Yeah.
doing this, and they're not doing this, so I'm more interesting than them. That's basically us
Yeah.
falling into it.
Literally the only trip I've taken, like I've taken a few trips here and there, but like the largest one was from here,
Yeah.
Toronto to Vancouver,
Yeah,
and
I
I
know about that
snapped
trip.
that.
yeah,
I never Snapchatted in my whole life.
yeah.
I had maybe like 25 something friends. I was like, yo,
They gotta see this.
I got stoned people right now. I was younger, but like
You know
that was going
the
through my
famous
head.
the famous picture, this passport picture with the ticket.
Oh,
You gotta
yeah.
snap that, like, and then the airplane emoji.
it's a classic.
You gotta do that,
It's
like
a classic.
Toronto airplane. Vancouver.
See you soon, everybody.
Like
I'll be back.
And you
Peace
don't-
out, Toronto.
Yeah, and you don't know anybody in Vancouver, so you're like, who am I really gonna go see there? But
yeah, I need
Let's
someone.
move on
but,
to
like,
the other thing that
Yeah,
we
let's
talked
move
about
on.
in the beginning. It's like, what age did we start using it, or like safe age, or like what effects does it have on kids?
Well, I think we're lucky because we grew up like sort of I'd say like mid teens. Yeah, that's when
Yeah.
we were first introduced to the whole concept, right?
I wouldn't say the concept. I would say just Facebook in general, or like a little bit of Snapchat.
Right. Yeah.
Not
like,
too much of any other social
but we
media.
did grow up without it. That's the thing.
Exactly.
We didn't have it in elementary school at all.
at all.
In middle school, that's when we sort of,
But even
started
then, it
jumping
was
on.
like we heard about it. It's not like we had it like that. Like
And you didn't have
no
a phone.
phones. It wasn't as accessible.
You'd have to go home.
Yeah,
Right?
but you guys don't remember MSN Messenger
I do, but
I
like,
do. But I mean,
and,
that was
and
still at home.
MySpace and
That was at
MySpace.
home though, right?
never used MySpace.
Yeah, that was
Have
still
you
at
been on
home.
MySpace?
Like,
I've
it
been on
wasn't
MySpace.
it wasn't live like everybody has data
But
these
that
days. It's
but
just,
that was our version of social media in the early 2000s.
Right, but it
yeah.
wasn't the social media we see today. It was a basic transfer. Like, I'm talking to you.
But you were addicted to that. Don't tell me there were group
was-
chats on
yeah, I'd come
MSN
home.
Messenger.
I was never in any group chats, but I'd come
Oh,
home
word.
and talk to a few people.
Yeah, but
On
you would
MSN.
talk to them,
Yeah,
and you were looking forward to them talking to you.
yeah.
So that was the early form of social media. And then there was
Yeah.
also status updates and pictures, and it was getting there.
Right. It was
Yeah.
It was
getting there,
developing.
Yeah.
but it
developing.
wasn't as like as
interactive.
developed, as interactive, or as like engaging as it is today.
Yeah, because they didn't
or as
know.
accessible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, yeah, because
Like
a
as
lot of
in,
people
like-
didn't have like
There was
computers and so.
touchscreen phones like that, and
I don't think a lot of people
smartphones.
had like PCs like that as
Not
well.
really, no.
Yeah.
Right, and your internet was slow as hell. It's like 5 megabytes per
Yeah.
second. It's
you
nothing.
waiting.
And the phone, when someone picked up the phone,
The internet
even though it
disconnect.
wasn't dial-up, bro, the phone is still connected. It's the
Yeah.
same line.
Yeah, and they also didn't know much about what they had back then with the internet, right? The internet was
Right.
very new,
Yeah,
and they didn't know what they were really like. The engineers behind it didn't really know what they were getting themselves into.
No target audience
No,
at that
yeah,
time.
it was kind of just
Yeah.
like they were experiencing it when we were experiencing it. Same
Trial
thing.
periods.
Yeah,
I don't think they knew how to make money off it yet.
no,
right?
not
That's
no.
probably part of why.
Yeah, and
They
then
thought-
once they figured out the like button, which was the
Oh my
end all be
goodness.
all.
End of the world, I'd
Yeah.
say.
Well, we'll touch upon that a little bit later. But
Right.
so, what do you guys think? If someone was talking about age that a child should be exposed to
31.
Yo, I agree.
The later the better, man.
Yo, your kid has to be 31 to use social media.
Yeah, just basic texting plan, no data. Wi-Fi at home is limited to
That's
like
not gonna happen.
2 kilobytes per second.
It's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen.
Of
We all
course
know
not.
that, but
It's because the thing is, in class, a lot of people use social media to stay connected to
Right.
do work,
yeah,
and the teachers also use apps and iPads
Google
to
Meet
teach
and stuff like
exactly,
that.
and you can't
Yeah.
get away from it because the internet is in large part getting to everywhere. Every
Right.
part of society needs to use the internet, and that's what
Right.
they're trying to do because internet. It's supposed to be helpful, but it's getting to the
It's a basic human need now.
yeah. It's a basic human. That's what they're
Right.
saying. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, without the
but
internet,
it's turned into a problem as well.
a huge problem.
I think it's,
Right.
but I think the internet alone is more beneficial than it's taking away
Yeah,
from
well, I mean,
anyone.
if you have the social media aspect comes with it now,
Right.
but
So,
internet it's in itself, yes, of course.
yeah. I think there has to be like courses on how to use the internet safely.
There
And-
probably are.
Yo, there are so many elderly people. I would say
Right.
middle-aged elderly people that get hooked into fake news. Like
Yeah.
my
WhatsApp
mom's
news?
yeah, exactly. WhatsApp news.
Right.
Yeah, I'm sure you guys have experienced this.
Yeah.
Definitely.
My mom recently started. I would say like a year and a half ago. She
Yeah.
learned how to use the computer,
Right.
and she's on YouTube a lot now.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes she'll show me this stuff, and I'm like, don't listen to that. It's not. She's
Oh
like,
my
oh, this is how
goodness.
you treat the coronavirus.
Right.
Like drink this with this much garlic and this much lemon juice, and you'll be cured of coronavirus in 3 days. And how
Yeah.
like in the winter months it's not as effective, or in the summer months.
Yeah.
And I'm like, don't listen to that.
You know the recent story that's going around?
What?
The vaccine
Yeah.
and like how people are worried about it.
Oh, exactly.
That's
yeah.
going around WhatsApp like crazy,
Yeah.
being shared by everyone.
Yeah. So
And people are worried now
yeah.
What are they worried about? Like-
about the vaccine introducing like diseases and illnesses and sicknesses.
anti-vax
okay,
community.
other-
Anti-vax community is growing because of that.
Yeah, it's biggest as ever been. I mean, you don't have to look far to see that Trump from 2016 to 2020 election, he got more votes than he did in 2016. You'd think he'd get less from how bad he handled the coronavirus pandemic, but he actually got so many more votes,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So the internet, in large part, it's supposed to be good,
hmm
but like with all good things, people try to misuse it.
It's pretty early though. It's pretty new, I'd say. It's a new technology.
Still exploring it, I guess.
Let's say the internet as we know it now is what, 15, 20 years old?
A little 25 probably, yeah.
But I'm saying as we know it now,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it's like more than 25.
Yeah.
Because sure, we had the internet like 50 some odd years ago.
No.
Like the internet, like the very basic, you know what I mean? Like file transfer. We had that from university to university. You can look that up.
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
Maybe 1950 or 60, something like that. Or no, what am I saying? Maybe the 70s? Universities were using it basically
Yeah, I think
as an
internet-
experimental
just
sort of
internet
thing.
Oh,
itself.
you're right. So the first workable prototype of the internet came in the 1960s.
Yeah.
Yeah, but in society, I think it came in like the 90s.
Yeah, the
Like
90s
general
with-
public.
Yeah, with
was
email.
when you could purchase it.
Yeah,
And you could purchase an internet line to your house
Yeah.
for personal use.
Yeah.
Right? But the internet as we know it now, with
Yeah.
all these websites, access to
Anything.
like billions, like trillions of source of information, that's like 15, 20 years. So I think as we like learn it, as we learn how to navigate it, you can teach your kids how to use it, navigate it safely.
The benefits of it.
Yeah.
What you should be using it for.
Yeah,
And,
and
what you really shouldn't invest your time in.
you can set up blockers and stuff like that.
Definitely.
Your kids are gonna find a way around that, but
Yeah.
So the thing is, the reason why, you know how you say the internet is kind of young still and we don't really know what we have with it?
Yeah.
The reason why I feel like even though it's so young, it's so powerful, is because technology advances so quickly,
right.
right? And I was just looking at the statistic, like every 18 months, the computer processor speed
Yeah.
doubles.
Moore's law.
Yeah. So you have every 18 months, that's exponentially growing. It's doubling. So in the
Right.
past 18 years,
It's
20
just getting
years,
better.
It's just getting better. And now we have
Yeah.
these crazy new MacBooks that, Osama got one flexing
Yeah.
right in front of
I
me.
mean,
This
Anas
guy's
getting one too.
this guy's a rich guy, yeah.
Yeah, the rich guy,
I'm gonna
man.
stick to my little workbook here. 5 years old. But the speeds are gonna get so fast where we won't even notice, right? It won't make a difference.
Of course, not
Like-
in your regular life. Yeah, I
Exactly.
think you stopped noticing like maybe 5 years ago.
Yeah, we stopped noticing the speeds. Maybe the
Yeah,
internet
that's-
speed. I think the internet speeds have caught up where we can't really say like as you type.
It comes.
You
up.
got
it
the
comes up.
suggestions. You got everything going
Yeah.
already. Like
Yeah, that maybe that's the next iteration. As you type, it's already loading whatever you want, right? It'll figure out like the AI or whatever.
Mhm.
But you need to learn how to navigate social media. First, you need to take a break from it
Okay.
to understand your life with it and without it. And
Which
that's
you're
what I'm
doing
doing
right
right now, right? I'm learning how my life is with it. Like I know what my life is with it. I don't really like that. I don't really like that. I'm not a fan,
Yeah.
right? It
Okay.
sort of scares me at night. Like it
At
scares
night,
me. Whatever during the day too.
sleep
Like I'll
quite
have
early.
daymares, nightmares, whatever. So I'm trying to figure out what my life is without it.
Mhm.
I recommend that for everybody, right? Just to understand how social media is getting to you, right? And
the effects it's having
exactly,
on
and
you.
whether you need it or not.
Did you feel some sort of relapse when you deleted it? When you
No.
deleted Twitter?
I've had
Just-
relapses like a bunch of times. I think this is this is the time,
the real
like,
one.
the real one, because I'll delete Twitter off my phone, just the app, not my account. This time I've deactivated my account,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
I went back and I deactivated my Instagram account as well. I deactivated my Facebook like maybe 2 years ago.
Okay.
But Instagram, like I noticed I had one which I never used, so I deactivated that. I think I'll have to actually get back on TikTok and deactivate that so I don't try that again.
I
Right.
mean, you can always make a new account.
You can always make a new account, but if it's
It's pretty quick.
deactivated, I think my mind will go, "Yo, you
There's a
deactivated
reason.
for this a reason, for a reason,
yeah.
right?"
So now that you have, you've seen life with and without. Obviously,
Yeah.
it hasn't been that long for Twitter, but
Yeah.
how do you say you felt recently without? Do you feel more productive? Do you feel happier? I know it's a small sample size, but what do you say?
I don't
What do you
think I can speak to it too much because I'll still like lift my phone and look for Twitter.
You know what?
You're so used to it.
Yeah.
It's gonna take that time.
It's still got that switch has got to turn off in my brain. Like, yo,
There's
you
no
don't
more
have
Twitter.
it. Yo, it's not there, son.
Is it kind of like a game addiction in a way? Like, I would say me and Osama were addicted to a game. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say the name, but we were.
I was addicted to it too.
Yeah, we were addicted to a game for a large part of our life. I would
RuneScape.
say, shit. Say the name.
We all were.
Why'd you
Yeah,
have to
we all
say it,
were.
bro? Anyways,
It's fine. We all were addicted. I was addicted to Call of Duty.
yeah,
You
for
were
sure.
too, right?
Yeah.
No?
So it was a large part of our life,
Yeah.
and I know, like, me and Osama still have this nostalgic feeling every time we think about it, right?
Right.
And you want to get into it.
Yeah, I still have the app on my phone.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't go
Just
on
in
it.
case. Just in case.
Yeah. So I think it's
I know Sama goes on it.
I think there's this initial period where you
Right.
have this feeling of always wanting to go back to it. It's like a nicotine, any
Then the
addiction.
thing is,
right?
like,
Any
okay, like
addiction,
it's not
yeah.
even like I personally want to go back to it. Anytime you see anything related, like we still have this other friend who still plays. He be there sending pictures like, "Oh, I just got this,"
I got this.
and
He
you're
wants
like,
you to join him.
yeah, and he does. He offered us money. He's like, "Yo, come start playing again. I'll give you guys money."
Yeah.
And I
Wow.
was like, "Yo, never mind."
In
I'm
game,
not trying to get into
in-game money,
in-game
not-
money.
not
Yeah,
real
yeah.
life.
Not real. Can you
Yeah,
imagine?
not-
So Sajil, okay, tell me, you use like a lot of these social medias, right? How do you think it affects you? Do you see how it is affecting you?
Not really.
Do you
honestly.
think your life would be better with it? Is it better with it or without it?
It doesn't really impact me that much.
Do you know your life without it?
Yeah, I've tried it.
Yeah?
I haven't had a phone for a while. I know how it feels without it. It's just something to pass some time. Like, I guess I'm sitting,
Yeah.
scrolling through my phone, eating, scrolling through my phone. I'm watching something, just a little scroll. That's it.
Would you say you're addicted or maybe even close to it?
I'd say I'm partially addicted. I won't lie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first
Yeah.
step
In all
is
honesty.
the first step is acceptance, and the second step
the
is
way Rahil's looking at me,
The
he's
second-
like, boy, you better get your ass off all that.
The second step is rehab.
no. The second step is anger. Then third step is
I'm about to throw some hands.
Honestly, like I don't know if it was just social media or like just a phone in general. Like
Ooh,
I've had times
that's the next
where
step.
I've had times where I
I know
haven't had a
Rahil trying
phone.
to throw his phone away.
Where I haven't had a phone, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, it's hard to live without it. Like you don't know what to do. It's like a filler. Like even right now, some people are looking at their phone.
it was
right?
for statistics.
Because
During the podcast.
yeah, because like
crazy.
because
guilty of
they,
that,
they-
too.
they
All
have
the time.
time. Like if you don't have this in your pocket, okay, and you have a free moment, or like you have some time where you're just like sitting,
Yeah.
you don't have anything to do,
Right.
right? Which is not really a bad thing. I think that we just have it for like safety reasons, just so we don't have any free moments. Which I don't know if it's a good thing or a bad thing, but like
I feel like when you're using social media, you try to justify that you're getting some knowledge out of it. You know, like on TikTok, you may see some investing advice, which is true. Sometimes you are, but most of the time you like the video, you look at it, and you never go back.
You forget about it.
Yeah, you forget about
Right.
it. Whether it's you're investing, whether it's for a school thing or a new course you might want to take online,
Yeah.
but
Whatever
you
it
forget
may
about
be.
it. Yeah.
That's why I carry a notepad now, actually.
Really?
Like it's on my desk all the time. Whenever I see something that I need to write that I see
Yeah.
You want to
online,
remember?
I want to
Yeah.
remember it. I'll write it down.
yeah, I have one
Right.
too. It's just like to get ideas out.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I think it helps you focus.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. Yeah.
Because like I've recognized that like you got to write stuff down. I think Matthew McConaughey was on that. Like he's making rounds about his book. It's basically his journal,
Okay.
right? Like he'd write stuff down all the time, just to like remember stuff, remember how he was doing
Yeah.
during a certain time period, during a time of his life. Like somebody will tell me a story,
Mm-hmm.
I'm part of that event, and
And you
won't-
don't remember.
I don't remember it at
Yeah.
all,
Yeah.
right? And I don't think it's like I remember a lot of things.
Yeah.
It just wasn't
But
as
that's not
significant to
important,
you.
like,
Maybe it's just because sometimes it is significant, or sometimes it's hilarious. It's like a funny event, or like something.
It's just
I
a
should
blank
have
in your
remembered.
mind.
Yeah, it's
Our
just like,
mind
I
has
don't
some limited storage as well. Let's be honest. It's
yeah,
Okay,
you know,
not
it's like a
limited.
it's for a good
Yeah.
reason though.
yeah.
for a good
You gotta
reason.
forget some things to
Yeah.
remember new things, right?
right.
Yeah. So phones, I think phones are really helpful. So I wouldn't say that we should forego having a phone.
Yeah, but can you?
No, definitely
No,
not.
I couldn't.
You need
can't
phones
live
to
without
stay
it.
connected. If you have a job interview, you want to call, let them know that maybe you're gonna be late, or how to even get there. Maybe you need a GPS.
Oh, that's like the original phone. It's
So
just
why
a
not
phone
a flip
call,
phone?
or like exactly like that's what I was trying to get
But
at.
you can't use
Do you
all
need a
the
smartphone
no-
or
no
do you
GPS
need
on
a
that.
phone?
Oh, you need email on your phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need email, no GPS.
Right.
If everyone was not using a smartphone, then you could just use a flip phone. But the fact that everybody is using a smartphone, you need a smartphone, right? You can't get away with just having a flip phone because you need to access to your email all the time, especially as adults, right? Email is so important. You need access to data for quick things. Maybe you need to find the nearest medical center for somebody.
Yeah.
Maybe you need to find the nearest taxi place. Maybe you need to call an Uber. These things are important. So I
Safety
would,
too.
yeah, safety, exactly,
The
right?
biggest thing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say a phone is a helpful tool. Obviously, you have to manage your use of it, right?
Have you guys looked at what's your usage weekly?
Yeah.
Or-
so
or daily or-
Weekly,
yeah.
let's talk about the daily.
Mine's
Or daily,
disgusting.
No, you say yours is disgusting, but I know yours is like 5 hours. What's
No.
yours, Osama?
I know mine's
Mine's
gonna be
at,
the
like,
worst.
What's your? Alright, so Jill first. Nah, actually me first. I'm at my average daily use is 7.5 hours. I'll be
Let me
honest.
go to my average, because mine today
Damn.
is like 3 hours.
Yeah,
Let me go to weekly.
go to weekly average.
I think it showed me for a second. Oh, daily average 4 hours.
That's
That's-
nothing.
that's
I
not
wish
bad.
mine
Is
was
that
4
nothing?
I
hours.
wish.
Yeah.
Exactly. I wish.
What
man.
is yours?
Mine is about like 6.
No, look at it right now.
I've seen it.
Yeah, he's
Like,
seen
it's-
it.
You seen it?
Mine says 5 hours and 42 minutes daily average.
How is his less than yours?
How is mine's
I
the
don't-
most?
What is yours?
Yo.
7?
And I'm
I
on
don't know.
all social media platforms.
You know what it
Yeah.
is though. I
What's
watch a
that?
lot of Netflix on my phone, so maybe
I
if
do
you-
too.
Oh, okay.
And
Well,
like,
if you subtract,
guys,
it,
isn't that
subtract it.
scary? How many hours are you awake?
That's crazy. Exactly. You're
That's what
spending
I'm like.
1/3 of your day,
Yeah.
or
On your
not- well,
phone.
me 1/3 of my day.
Right.
You're spending 1/6 of your day,
Yeah.
1/5 of your day on the phone. So you're giving that much importance to your phone.
Mine's
Not just
a
your
quarter.
phone.
Mine's a quarter.
Mostly social media or like interacting.
Yeah,
right,
but it's
with
a
others.
medium. It's a medium, right?
Yeah.
To connect to those things.
Yeah.
I mean, you
Like,
can
so
go
if
into
you're
the
sleeping,
breakdowns
like-
of how long you use each app as well, right?
Yeah. So it's showing you like which app you use the most.
Exactly.
Damn. That's
It's a large part of the day, man.
so that's what I'm talking about. Like, I think once you consciously think of time and how limited time you have,
Mm-hmm.
you sort of like value it a little bit more. You have to take days and days. Like, there are days where I'll think just about how much time I have. You know what I mean? I'll
yeah,
go,
especially when something is coming up, right?
not even
like
that.
when, like-
Not even
I
that.
think he
like,
means in
just
general, like-
overall, like, my
yeah.
whole life.
How much time he got left in his
Basically.
life per se.
Okay.
Like,
I think recently, to touch on Rahil's point, I was talking to this with another friend of mine, and I don't know if you guys have noticed, but the rise and grind culture, right? Twitter culture, which is like, or any social media culture, which makes you feel like you're not doing enough, right? And it's like it's all over it's all over any social media. You see like a 21-year-old, a millionaire 21-year-old, and then he's like life in the day of a 21-year-old millionaire. I wake up at 5 a.m. I do my workout. I go do this, and then that makes you feel so garbage about yourself because
you yourself feel like you haven't accomplished anything.
Yeah, like you're like, I barely graduated university, and now I'm doing some average job. I'm an average Joe, and this guy out here doing.
He's younger than me.
Yeah, he's younger than me.
And the thing is, social media makes them seem like there's a lot of them out there.
Exactly. But the thing is, there's not that many.
Exactly.
You have to realize there's millions and millions of people.
Billions.
Yeah.
Billions.
Sure. Yeah. Billions.
But the thing is, you see it and then you see more and you see more and you're like.
It's a competition for them.
Yeah.
But it's a way to demotivate you.
But you have to find, there are gems out there though. There are people who are real people.
Okay.
Who go, my life hasn't been perfect.
Yeah.
I might be successful now, but what I'm showing you now is a process. It's a process.
How I accomplished that.
Exactly. And that's why I shared with you guys Asheville. He has 3 companies. Asheville Aggregates, Asheville Construction, and Asheville.
But that dude is old though.
He's 38.
That's pretty old.
He's 38. But when he started, he was 30.
Yeah.
Before that, he was just a construction worker.
That's still pretty old. I would say 30 is like, you're finding your way.
But what I'm saying is, he's not the 21-year-old millionaire. He hasn't had a perfect life.
Okay. Yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So there are gems where you can actually, use these social medias. He's on YouTube. I think he might be on other things too, but YouTube is a social media. Let's say that.
Yeah.
But he gives information, right? If you can find gems like that, which actually help you in your life, then, it might be worth your time to watch those sorts of videos, but not get sidetracked and go to the next video and watch some garbage.
You're like, this is motivating. I'm gonna do this and like it, and now you do it again or not look at it.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that
I do that a lot on YouTube. I find stuff and then
bro.
I'm like, I'm gonna come back to this, and you don't.
That's me on TikTok. It's like, this guy has a workout tutorial. Maybe I'll do it later, and then I'm like, nah, I'm good. But and then that really messes with your brain, mentally, right? And it makes you feel like you're losing time.
Yeah.
And you're behind when realistically you're not. You're at your pace.
Everyone got their own timeline.
Yeah.
That's true. That's a good way to think about it. But like I still have to remind myself.
No, you got to push forward, of course.
Of course.
Exactly. You can't use it as excuse to slack off.
Yeah, no, of course not. Right? As long as you're giving it 100, you're doing what you can. The rest, it's going to come into place.
Exactly.
But the thing is, it's not
wasting.
What social media does is like, it defines your 100, right? Like that 21-year-old that's a millionaire, he had the same 24 hours in the day.
Exactly. That's what they do, right?
That's what they say. That's what their caption is.
Says.
I got the same 24 hours.
Yeah, exactly.
So he was while you were sleeping 9 hours a day. He was
grinding.
up at 4 a.m.
That's Steve Harvey.
Steve Harvey. I hate that shit.
He's like, rich people don't sleep. I'm like, wait, what?
What? You know what it is though? Yeah. I hate that because there are actually people who can function on less sleep. Right?
Exactly.
There's a medical condition. There's a medical condition that allows you to allows you to function properly on 3 to 4 hours of sleep.
What is that? 1 in a million?
Way less. And the thing is, majority of the people are not like that. And when they say, millionaires don't sleep. While you're sleeping, the stock market's open. They're already taking their decisions for you. Like, no, shut up.
Well, the stock market closes when? Like 5 p.m.?
4:30.
4:30. Yeah, it's closed. What are you talking about?
They go to sleep.
We didn't pay millions to do an extra hour of trading in the morning and at night. Right?
Yeah, so it's like...
That sounds like demotivating, man. Honestly. Like,
you think it would be motivating, but realistically, it's just pushing you down. You're like...
like, they got so much.
Yeah.
I ain't got shit.
They got so much done in the same amount of time or like less time than me. And like, where am I at?
Might as well settle, right?
Honestly, and that's where the whole quitting social media thing comes in. It was demotivating me more than it was motivating me to like succeed or to like take action and do better in my life.
Yeah.
So I was just like, let me get rid of this.
I really want to. I want to get into where you guys are. I feel like Osama and Riho have a healthy relationship with social media, at least now in their lives.
It's getting there.
Yeah, and I really envy you guys because I can't let go of Twitter. I really can't. It's the last social media that's hooking me in, but I want to get to that point, and like I feel as if right now is the time to really let go. So maybe in a couple, weeks I'll look into it.
Yeah. I definitely think it'll come when you guys are like settled in life too,
Mm-hmm.
right? Like, job, family.
Because you get
All
too
that.
busy for this stuff.
Oh, yeah,
right?
of course.
Hopefully.
I mean,
know.
I personally think I would. When I'm busy,
Right.
I'm not on my phone like
Bro,
that.
Right.
I
Especially
definitely don't
not
want.
social media.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I definitely don't want to be 28 and on Twitter. Like, I definitely don't want to be.
You
28.
you just offended so many people.
I mean,
No
All the
offense.
28-year-old plus on Twitter. Oh my goodness.
I'm sorry, guys. This is just a personal thing. This is
We're
a
not out here to
personal.
hurt nobody's feelings.
This is
so.
a personal journal. I have not like whatever I say. It's
Right.
whatever I think. It's not.
Yeah. Well, hopefully you're not on Twitter when you have a family and whatnot.
I know, but a lot of people are. A lot of people on
They
social
are.
media showing off their families, and then they
Exactly.
make you feel bad for not having a beautiful family of 3
At 24.
at 24
with your
with a $1 million house and a $200,000
Yeah.
job and
yeah.
green-eyed kids and stuff. They make you feel bad about it.
Right.
But it is what it is. That's what. But majority of us are not like those people, and
right.
but that's what social media. That's how social media is alive and thriving. Is because of those influencers, and I
Right.
hate it. I hate it. It doesn't show the average Joe.
That's such a weird word.
Yeah.
Like, let's just wrap up on this topic.
Yeah,
The word influencer.
yeah. It's not influencing me at all. Like I'm actually.
that
What do they mean when they say
Is
that?
that a good thing? Do I want to be influenced?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Why would I follow you if you're an influencer?
Yeah.
I don't want to be influenced. I'm my own man. I don't want to be. I don't want to follow what you're doing.
it depends on what they're doing, right?
They're just
Like-
selling you crap.
They demotivating you all
that's
in
it.
all.
Yeah.
Kylie Jenner selling her Jenner cosmetics. It's garbage.
But she ain't paying her employees.
She ain't paying her
Yeah.
employees in Bangladesh, and the
Right.
thing is like people still supporting her. Whatever. It's garbage. It's
Yeah.
garbage. But let's
Alright,
get a
so-
verdict on this.
So I think the question is,
Yeah.
when are you quitting social media?
When you quitting? Or
What's
you
your
think-
personal verdict on that?
Well, okay. So the first let's go around and first talk about the final verdict on what we think social media is.
Okay, the role in our
The
lives.
role in our
All right.
lives. Okay. So I'll go.
Okay.
And I'm going to be straight up. I think social media probably controls like 60-70% of my life. And it's mainly because I really want to stay connected. I feel like it helps me stay connected. But it's not in the sense that I post pictures and I'm there for verification, from other
Right.
people. But mainly just for myself. And I feel like I let it tell me that I'm using this for knowledge. But yeah, I would say, and I need to get off of it for sure.
Yeah.
That's my conclusion, that like social media is not good for you.
Right.
It's like 90% bad, 10% good. And that's pretty accurate. I would say that's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
Maybe even 95% bad, 5% good.
Right.
What about you, Sajil?
I think I'm on the same page. I think it's about 70%, 60-70%. And I do got to get off of it. I've been looking at it. I've eased off of Snapchat quite a bit.
Yeah.
It doesn't play any role in my life, to be honest.
That's
Like,
good.
I'm on it here and there, maybe to post like a picture of food. I got people messaging me, hey, yo, where'd you get that? Where did you get that food
You're an
from?
influencer.
No, farthest thing from that. But Instagram, I post a few pictures here and there sometimes. I'll get my way around that too. I've thought about it quite a bit, that I need to get off of that. But as Anna said, Twitter is my last thread. I don't know how to let go. But hopefully I get around to that as well.
Yeah.
It's
I
a
think
work
we
in
can
progress.
we can all collectively agree Instagram is a cancer and that should be shut down. Society does not need Instagram.
Definitely
whatsoever.
doesn't, honestly.
Oh my goodness.
We
I mean, you
just-
can say the same thing about TikTok then.
Yeah, TikTok. There's some educational videos on TikTok, but Instagram for sure. You don't learn anything on that joint.
Yeah.
Turn it off.
I think TikTok has an education category, so it's
Yeah.
safe.
It's
Somewhat.
somewhat.
Depends on what your feed got.
Yeah. All right, Sam, go ahead.
Instagram, yeah, that's one I gotta get off. Twitter, I have Instagram, but I don't post. But
I didn't know you
it's
used
just-
it like that.
Like I don't post, but I
Okay.
just to follow people.
Observer. You're an
Yeah,
observer. Okay.
So I mean, so that's one I'll cut. Like I have to work on, and then Twitter, I'm basically just there for the group. That is very limited usage.
Right.
WhatsApp is the big one for me.
Mhm.
And
But you can't get off
I don't
WhatsApp.
think anybody would.
yeah, at the moment I can't get off WhatsApp.
Yeah, you'll never be able to get
Due
off
to-
WhatsApp.
No, I want to too, but due to
Yeah,
reasons.
personal.
Yeah, I
Yes.
can't at the moment. I want to get off that too.
Yeah. What about you, Raheel?
For me, 100% bad. If you're on any social media, you're wasting your time.
Yeah.
Get off right now.
Stop
Do
taking
yourself
shots
a
at me.
favor. Do yourself a favor. This is for everyone. This is on the airwaves.
This guy
Now
taking
it's going,
shots.
it's going out. If you're using social media, you're wasting your time. unless you're promoting your business or brand.
I mean,
You're
technically,
wasting
they're
your
wasting
time.
their time listening to us then.
Actually, hey, if you're listening to this on any social media, please keep listening. Social media is the greatest thing in the world. I'm on all of them.
We're just
But
contradicting ourselves.
anyways, personally, I'm not on any. I hope to stay off it. Right. I need to like.
And the thing is, like, let's get a little back into your back, like, or what you do with that time that you're saving. That's where, like, I'm motivated. When I look at you, that's what's motivating me to get to that level, because I see what you're doing with your time versus what we're doing with our time.
I'm not doing much more. I'm just I'm doing what I need to do, right? Like, even if I was on it, social media, I still, I do social media and then I do what I need to do, but within a limited amount of time, right? So I'm a little bit more rushed. If I can take away social media, I feel like I'm doing things more delicately, and eventually
More attention
to
focus.
detail,
Yeah.
to everything.
I saw this thing recently. I don't remember where I saw it. I just want to say it quickly. I feel like it resonates a lot. So basically, you know how today's day and age, today's kids, they spend most of their time on social media, on video games, on whatever, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Non-technology, let's say. Let's give that a category.
Right.
But kids before technology still found a way to waste time. Realistically, like, maybe they didn't go on social media and they didn't use technology, but they went outside with their friends for 6-7 hours of the day, right? And that was still wasting time. It's just a different way to waste time. This is how we stay connected. So that's like another way to look at it.
It is, but it's not.
It's not a good way to look at it.
It's not healthy. I don't think it is.
But realistically, you're wasting time in both avenues. You're wasting time if you were back in the 1700s, out 7-8 hours of the day.
Right.
Maybe it's healthier because you're outside. You're actually having
because that's screen time.
It's not screen time, so you have actual physical interaction with people,
right?
And you know how to communicate. So I would say yes, that's better for sure.
Yeah.
But it's like both ways, you're technically just wasting time.
Yeah,
right?
I just think it's easier to waste time on social media.
Yeah, because it's at home.
When you're doing
Your
activities,
convenience.
because with activities, you're limited by how much energy you have throughout the day, right? How much food you need to consume. And that restricts you, right?
Yeah.
Whereas your phone is in your fingertips.
It's at my fingertips. I don't need,
while you're eating, washroom, whatever.
While I'm doing everything else, I can do this. While you're programming, you probably looking at your phone at the same time.
For sure.
Right? 2 tabs. You got 2 tabs open at the same time. While I'm studying,
Yeah, for sure. All agree that social media is garbage and
it's a cancer.
And I'm just waiting for all you guys to quit.
Yeah, so let's make a promise to ourselves on public, where everybody knows, or the 9 people that listen to us know. When you quitting social media, are you gonna make an effort to quit social media? Yes or no? I need a commitment.
I'm committed.
Yeah, but
I don't know. I can't give you a timeline.
We need a date.
I can't give you a date.
We need a
It's a
month.
work in progress.
And the
It's a work in
2021?
progress.
We need a year. Give me a year.
Not a year, man. We need a month. Okay, how about this?
A month and a year.
Can you quit one of the 3 or 4 social medias that you use in the next 2 months?
That makes sense.
Can you just quit it? Let it go. Choose one right now.
I don't use Snapchat like that. I actually
there
don't.
you go.
Like,
That's your one.
I already don't. Like, I'll have the app, but I don't use it. It's the least used app on my phone.
Can you deactivate your account and get off?
That would be difficult.
Man.
I got some memories on there. I got some pictures that
you
are
can
saved.
download it.
I don't got space like that in my memories. I like getting that refresh.
Alright,
3 years ago that I was doing this.
We're not
It's a
getting
comparison.
We're
It's a
not getting a
comparison
commitment
as to
from
what I'm doing today, what I was doing 3 years
Okay,
ago.
how about a test run?
We're
Quit it
not-
for like 2 weeks.
Well, I don't use it. As I said, I don't use it. Like, it's not there for me to use like that. It's just the memories, the pictures that are saved in there.
Okay. I guess for me, I'm gonna try to quit Twitter by end of January 2021. That's
New
my
Year's
goal.
resolution, eh?
New Year's resolution.
We're back at it again with those, huh?
We'll have a podcast for New Year's resolutions. We have to do that.
Okay, maybe I'll quit it sooner.
We'll probably touch up on this topic once again.
All right, sounds
in
good.
more details.
Yeah,
All
so
right, blessed.
so
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
Everyone heard it.
that's
Make
our
sure you
verdict.
guys like, subscribe. Yeah, Instagram, Spotify, YouTube, wherever it is. The link tree's in the bio on Instagram. The North Court Podcast.
Let us know how social media has affected you.
Communicate with us.
And yeah, that's a wrap.
That's a
Thank
wrap.
you for joining us.